Good afternoon. My name is Brian Leatherman, and it's a pleasure to be here today with you at St. James Presbyterian Church with the Littleton 5280 Plus Senior Chorale. On behalf of my co-founder, executive director, and fabulous accompanist Cindy Runkle, and all of these amazing singers, I would like to welcome you to our 11th annual spring concert entitled America's Musical Milestones. Today we're going to perform a variety of songs that celebrate the United States semi-quincentennial. Say that 3 times fast. Or 250th anniversary, as well as the 150th anniversary of Colorado entering the Union. At this time, we ask that you please take a minute to silence all cell phones and electronic devices. I don't see you turning things off. Now, if you don't know how, talk to your neighbor, and it's another reason why you should be bringing your children and grandchildren to these concerts. Thank you for coming to hear these wonderful singers today. We invite everyone to simply appreciate and celebrate our country's journey throughout 250 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence in 1776. Our songs will reflect our pride in America, as well as highlighting several American musicals, which are also celebrating anniversary milestones this year. We're going to begin with a song that has local connections, called An American Hymn, which is a beautiful arrangement of America the Beautiful by Coloradoan Cecil Effinger, arguably our state's most important classical composer. Teacher, inventor, publisher, and composer. At one time, he was the principal oboist for both the Colorado Springs Symphony and the Old Denver Symphony, and they actually had to schedule rehearsals around his availability. This setting was first performed at an American Choral Directors Association convention in 1967 in the Air Force Academy Chapel in Colorado Springs, only a few miles from where in 1893, a 33-year-old English professor named Catherine Lee Bates wrote the first lines of her poem, Pike's Peak, which became America the Beautiful. About 17 years later, a New Jersey church organist and choir master named Samuel Ward composed a hymn tune to the poem. Although the two never met, America the Beautiful became one of the most beautiful and moving songs about our country, even being considered to become the U.S. national anthem in the early 1900s. We invite you to join us for the final verse, and the words will be on the screens. Never fear, I will give you a cue. And we'll invite you to stand and join us for the final verse. So you have to watch. Cindy, I think we're going to have to move rehearsals into this room next fall. You all just passed your audition. That sounded fabulous. Moving into the early 1900s, the songs in our next medley were all the rage. Each song has been performed for over 120 years. That's quite a musical milestone to celebrate. A legendary American entertainer, playwright, composer, lyricist, actor, singer, dancer, and producer named George M. Cohan was called the man who owned Broadway before World War I. Interestingly enough, he was born on July 3rd. He started his career in vaudeville and went on to write more than 50 shows and 300 songs. Cohan's music revolutionized the theater world, bringing speech, stories, characters, and patriotic music into American musicals. He also earned the title of Yankee Doodle Boy, and his life was portrayed on screen by actors like James Cagney, Mickey Rooney, and Joel Grey. President FDR even presented Cohan with the Congressional Gold Medal of Honor, which is a civilian honor, for his many musical contributions to lifting World War I morale. We hope you enjoyed this medley of his 3 most famous songs entitled Cohan's Big Three. How many of you are hearing a 5280 plus senior chorale for the first time? Yay. This isn't in the script, but How many of you in the audience are 5280 singers? Thank you for coming to support your college. Did you know that our choirs do not exist just to give concerts? The 5280 plus senior chorales exist for the significant and measurable health and wellness benefits of choral singing in mature adults. So I'm hoping we can find some. These are non-auditioned daytime choirs for people ages 50 or better, thus the convenient name 50 to 80 plus. Borrowed because of our mile-high elevation in Colorado. Now, we sometimes allow underage singers to join us. It's kind of like underage drinking, only totally legal. By the way, our singers represent a wide range of choral experience. Some have never sung in a choir. Some haven't sung since their school or college days, and others are actively involved in their communities in church choirs or other choirs. But I hope it's obvious that they're all having a good time, because it's never too late to try something new. In our nation's history, there are countless patriots who have answered and continue to answer the call for our country, sometimes sacrificing their own lives in service. As we remember their service and express our gratitude during this anniversary year, we should also look inward and ask ourselves about our role in America. Our next song is a contemporary patriotic anthem written by Irish songwriter Brendan Graham as a love song to America, and famously performed by the group Celtic Woman in 2009. It gained renewed attention when it was performed at the 2021 presidential inauguration. While it uses traditional patriotic imagery, the words of this song convey a specific message of healing and restoration for our nation. The song's patriotic lyrics and beautiful soaring melody have moved audiences and singers to tears. It has been described as a salute to America during troubled times. For singers, it serves as a heartfelt pledge of loyalty, devotion, and healing for our country. It frames patriotism as caretaking, guided by light, and grounded in companionship. It teaches that patriotism is not flag-waving, but individual care, showing up, holding on, standing together, and promising future readiness whenever the call returns. We hope the lyrics will resonate with you as we perform "O America." Brought a conductor to tears, too. Give me a minute. America's musical theater heritage has been alive and well for decades. We obviously couldn't perform all of the musicals that are having milestone anniversaries, but we wanted to highlight a few of our favorites. There's one musical celebrating 83 years of song and dance. Which one? Oh, you looked. Do you know the name of the first, well, here, do you know the name of the first musical ever written by the team of Rodgers and Hammerstein? Oh, you can do better than that. Yep. This 1943 Broadway musical was set in the Oklahoma Territory in 1906 as a celebration of the territory's impending statehood. It's the story of a farm girl, Lori, and her courtship by two rival suitors, cowboy Curly McLean and sinister farmhand Judd Fry. It also chronicled the tension between cowboys and farmers living in the territory. A secondary romance between cowboy Will Parker and his flirtatious fiancée, Ado Annie, adds comic relief to this classic musical. Now, the chorale is going to sing the familiar title song from Oklahoma, but it will be followed by another hilarious song from Oklahoma called I Cain't Say No. It will be performed by our musical guest, Karen Sumner. Karen is a dear friend and a spectacular character actress who will portray Ado Annie as she struggles to explain being in love with two men at the same time, a cowboy named Will and a Persian peddler. Oh, and her father does have a shotgun.
great to see you again. Bye, I'll see you later, maybe. Daryl, where you been? I heard you were up in Wyoming on a big cattle drive. You must be exhausted. Real tuckered out, huh? Well, when you're all rested, maybe we could get together. Ricky Bobby, how are you? I haven't seen you forever.
Great.
What have you been doing? Nothing? Well, maybe we can get together real soon, too. Daryl, Rick. What? It ain't so much a question of not knowing what to do. I know what's right and wrong since I've been 10. I heard a lot of stories, and I reckon they are true, about how girls are put upon by men. I know I mustn't fall into the pit, but when I'm with a feller, I forget. I'm just a girl who can't say no. I'm in a terrible fix. I hate to say long ago, just when I ought to say nix. When a person tries to kiss a girl, I know she ought to give his face a smack. But as soon as someone kisses me, I somehow sort of want to kiss him back. I'm just a fool when lights are low. I can't be prissy and quaint. I ain't the type that can faint. How can I be what I ain't? I can't say no. What you gonna do when a fella gets flirty and starts to talk purty? What you gonna do? Supposing that he says that your lips are like cherries or roses or berries. What you gonna do? Supposing that he says that you're sweeter in cream and he's gotta have cream or die. What you gonna do when he talks that away? Spit in his eye? I'm just a girl who can't say no, can't seem to say it at all. I hate to disappoint a beau when he is paying a call. For a while I act refined and cool, sitting on the velveteen settee. Then I think of that old golden rule and do for him what he would do for me. I can't resist a Romeo in a sombrero and chaps. Soon as I sit on their laps, something inside of me snaps. I can't say no. So Daryl, I have a great idea. You know, there's a dance tonight up at the Big Red Barn, 8 o'clock. Oh, and Ricky Bobby, are you free on Friday? Okay. Well, how about we meet up at the old oak tree up in the north pasture? Around noon. Okay. Billy Joe! I thought you were gone. Wait. We can go. Billy Joe! Billy Joe!
Thank you, Karen. And Daryl and Ricky Bob and Billy Joe. We will bring her back a little later to perform another song about the difficulties of love and romance. But now travel with us on the Rock Island Line to River City, Iowa in the year 1912. A smooth-talking traveling salesman, con man, named Harold Hill creates trouble when he arrives, selling musical instruments and uniforms to the naive, stubborn townfolk before trying to skip town with the money he collects. To stall while waiting for the instruments to arrive on the Amazon truck, the Wells Fargo wagon, he pretends to be a professor of music using the Think system. Da, 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 to instruct the recruited boys in the band. His plans are complicated when he falls in love with the town's librarian named Marion, who is also the town's piano teacher. And he begins to genuinely care for the community. The Music Man is a classic Tony Award-winning musical comedy from 1957 by Meredith Willson. It took him about 8 years to write this entertaining musical. That means this musical is celebrating a milestone of almost 70 years on stage. The score includes rousing marches, barbershop quartets, and sentimental ballads. We know you'll enjoy this Music Man medley.
Music Man.
Our singers have shared a multitude of ways that singing with the 5280 plus senior chorales has enriched their lives. To express those statements today, it is my pleasure to introduce Cindy and Neil Johnson to say a few words about their experience singing with the 5280 plus senior chorales. Please welcome Cindy and Neil.
I'll sit down here to be the equalizer.
Yes.
Now we're about the right height.
Yeah, that works.
My name's Neil Johnson, and this is Cindy, my wife. We've been together for about 50 years coming up in August for our anniversary. Thank you. Now, we met in a choir at another church we were at, and we've been singing in choirs, church choirs, for 50 years. We both have theater and musical backgrounds in school, and early in our marriage, we were able to be in a family quartet class at Loretto Heights College with Dr. and Mrs. George Lynn at Loretto Heights College. And it was still operating as a college then. Cindy was the soprano, her mom was the alto, her brother was the tenor, and I was the bass. We've sung in multiple other choral environments with our other directors, and we are enjoying this choir because of the level of choral excellence we see from this organization.
This is our second concert with the 5280 Plus Chorale here at St. James. There are 9 of us from St. James currently singing with the chorale. We have 4 altos, 3 sopranos, 2 bass singers. This variety gives rise to improving each and every week. The repertoire gives us enough difference to stretch our performance and vocal skills on a weekly basis, and then on a seasonal basis as we move through the year. And I'm guessing that by now, you might have noticed that we seem to be enjoying ourselves singing together up here in this group. Spoiler alert. We are having so much fun, learning new things, singing great music. Did you see the list for next season in the bulletin? It's terrific, with friends old and new. So let us ask you this. What are you waiting for? Come join us. Rehearsals start Monday, August 31st, 1 to 3 p.m. in Avery Hall, just up the stairs. We can't wait to welcome you to the music and the fun.
You might not know that the 5280 plus senior chorales currently serves, drum roll please, 320 singers in 3 choirs. And we are also very proud to announce that all 3 of our chorales have dramatically increased in enrollment this year. So on Friday mornings, our Highlands Ranch Chorale, directed by Chris Garenti, rehearses at the Southridge Rec Center in Highlands Ranch. So some of these folks also sing in Highlands Ranch. Where are you, folks? They gave their concert on no, that's not right. These dates, a week ago. I got the wrong dates in here. On the 19th. On Wednesday afternoons, Chris Garenti directs our newest chorale in Parker, and they rehearse at Parker United Methodist. And I know one of our singers also sings in Parker. Now, when we have room, we invite the Highlands Ranch and Parker folks to come sing on this concert. Some of these, how many of you sang on either Highlands Ranch or Parker's concert? But as you can see, we're a little bit full. But we'd have room if you want to come join us. And then Monday afternoons, our Littleton Chorale rehearses right here at St. James Pres. Would the Littleton Chorale members please stand? I want to remind you that we are always looking for support to help our chorales. It is so easy to help our organization. Please visit our website, 5280chorales.org, and that's in your program, for much more information regarding joining our groups, the locations where they rehearse and perform, photos, videos, and this is very important, helping us thrive through your generous donations. Your support helps us with the costs associated with our rehearsal and performance venues, our hundreds of concert programs, our thousands of copies of music, and our ability to offer professionally produced videos of every performance on our website at no charge to our singers or to anyone who wants to take a look at the website. You can underwrite all or part of a song for our upcoming concerts. Just look at the insert in your program and choose your favorite song or songs from the list. You can make a donation anytime through coloradogives.org. Please refer to your program to learn more about how you can make that donation online, or, and this is an easy one, you can simply drop a donation into one of the baskets that our ushers and greeters will have at the exits today. We thank you for helping us keep music alive and vibrant in our local Colorado communities. We have yet another American milestone musical medley for you. This show just celebrated its 75th anniversary. This time, let's go to New York City during the 1920s with a show about gamblers, hustlers, gangsters, showgirls, and missionaries. What could possibly go wrong? Guys and Dolls premiered on Broadway in 1950 and won 5 Tony Awards. The movie version starred Frank Sinatra and Marlon Brando and was released in 1955. The plot involves a gambler who struggles to find a venue for his illegal floating crap game while stalling his fiancée of 14 years, Miss Adelaide. By the way, Adelaide is a showgirl who suffers from an ongoing cold caused by his refusal to marry her. In the meantime, another gambler makes a bet to go on a date with a straight-laced missionary who's always calling for gambling sinners to repent at the Save a Soul's mission. And yet another gambler invents a dream during his confession at the mission. Now there's a plot. Adelaide's Lament, easily one of the best comic songs in Broadway musicals, will be portrayed by our guest, Karen Sumner.
Stars in the sky, you can bet that he's doing
very interesting. Aha! It all makes sense now. The reason I'm sick all the time is because my longtime boyfriend, Nathan, refuses to get married. It says here, the average unmarried female, basically insecure, due to some long frustration, may react with psychosomatic symptoms, difficult to endure, affecting the upper respiratory tract. In other words, just from waiting around for that plain little band of gold, a person can develop a cold. Achoo! You can spray her wherever you figure the streptococci like. You can give her a shot for whatever she's got, but it just won't work. If she's tired of getting a fisheye from the hotel clerk, a person can develop a cold. And furthermore, just from stalling and stalling and stalling the wedding trip, a person can develop la grippe. When they get on the train for Niagara, and she can hear church bells chime. The compartment is air-conditioned, and the mood sublime. Then they get off at Saratoga for the 14th time. A person can develop la grippe, la post-nasal drip, with the wheezes and the sneezes and the sinus that's really a pip from a lack of community property and a feeling she's getting too old. A person can develop a bad cold. Says it right here it says it.
I dreamed last night I got on the boat to heaven. And by some chance, I had brought my dice along. And as I stood and I hollered, someone fade me. But the passengers, they knew right from wrong. So I said to myself, sit down, you're rocking the boat. My people all said, sit down, And as I laughed at those passengers to heaven, a great big wave came and washed me overboard. And as I sank and I hollered, "Someone save me!" That's the moment I woke up. Thank the Lord. So I set myself down, sit down, rock the boat. Set myself down, sit down, rock the boat. And the devil will drag you under, with the soul so heavy you never float. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. 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 Sit down, you're rocking the boat.
It is a joy for me to work with our wonderful staff and these amazing singers. These amazing singers. I am so proud of them and so grateful for the fun we've had while making music together. By the way, the dollar bill thing, that's the first time they'd ever done that one. You may stay. In addition to our regular concerts, we often do additional performances at area senior centers and retirement communities. And of course, we'll present our fall and holiday concerts this November. If you look in your program or visit our website, 5280chorales.org, you will find more information about next season, which begins for this group in late August. Before our finale, allow me please to thank some very important people. First of all, thank you for being here, for being such a wonderful and supportive audience. My co-founder, executive director, and principal accompanist at Highlands Ranch and Littleton, Cindy Rungal. Our associate conductor for Parker and Highlands Ranch and the researcher and writer of the script I have read today, Chris Garenti. Chris, I think you're not there back there. I know that our accompanist for the Parker group is here today. Bonnie, where are you? Bonnie, look. We have another accompanist who is kind of our sub, and her name is Wendy Adler. I don't know if Wendy's here today. She's out of town today, but. And of course, our very talented guest performer, Karen Sumner. Also, I want to thank our wonderful chorus manager and our amazing music librarian for all three groups, Kathy Pewter. And we have a dedicated group of chorale pals who help new folks as they become acclimated to the group and get acquainted. And would my chorale pals please stand up? Thank you. Our AV technicians, Bruce Pearson and Dave Stakowski. Dave's back there. And as well as our longtime friend, recording engineer, and video editor, Tom Grushka. I want to thank Steve Runkle and his corps of volunteers. Yes. His corps of volunteers have helped us as greeters and ushers there in the back of the hall. Thank you so much. Absolutely want to thank the staff, members, and volunteers here at St. James Presbyterian Church. And these fantastic singers. Our patriotic concert would not be complete without one more classic American song. Perhaps the greatest American songwriter, Irving Berlin, wrote over 1,500 songs, including White Christmas. A Russian Jewish immigrant, he and his family came to New York when he was 5 years old, fleeing violent anti-Jewish pogroms in his Siberian village. When his father died, Irving sold newspapers in the streets to support his family. He was only 8 years old. And that's when he learned about Tin Pan Alley and discovered his gift for music. I strongly recommend the very moving A&E video biography entitled Irving Berlin, An American Song. It begins with a quote from the great Broadway composer Jerome Kern. Quote, "Irving Berlin has no place in American music. He is American music." Berlin wrote God Bless America in 1918, but his musical secretary and assistant wasn't impressed with it and suggested he put it in a drawer. One of the things I heard that for every 10 songs he wrote, 9 of them went in a drawer. In the 30s, as World War II was forming in Europe, he came back to it, changed some words, and it was sung for the first time on CBS radio by Kate Smith in 1938. It summarized everything that this country meant to Irving Berlin. He knew he never could have lived the life he had if the U.S. had not welcomed his family. As the song became a sensation, also being considered as our national anthem, Berlin decided he did not want to profit a single penny from it, ever. He wanted it to be his gift to America. He instructed attorneys to establish the God Bless America Fund to assure that in perpetuity, every cent earned would go to the Boy Scout and Girl Scout organizations. To date, the fund has donated over $13 million to the Scouts. The songwriter is gone, but his love for our nation is immortal. So, before we sing the last verse, I will turn around and invite you again to stand as you are able and join us in singing God Bless America as a final glorious musical tribute. From all of us in the 5280 plus Senior Chorales, happy 150th anniversary, Colorado, and happy 250th anniversary, America.